Amazing Digital Circus is a surreal and chaotic show, and not just in aesthetic. Imagine waking up one day and finding yourself trapped in a colorful, cartoonish 3D dimension. Your real body gone, your reality rewritten. That's what happens to the characters here. They are not born into this world, they are pulled into, completely against their will. And to make things worse, they are now at the mercy of an unpredictable, sadistic AI host named Kane. What's especially cruel is that these characters can die. They are effectively immortal, but that doesn't mean they are safe. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Spoilers for episode 1, if someone's mental state starts to crack under the pressure, and it often does, they undergo a terrifying transformation. They become glitched out, mindless, corrupted versions of themselves. Their bodies still exist, wandering the world as monsters, but their minds, it's unclear. Maybe they're unconscious, or maybe they are awake, trapped in an endless digital nightmare. So yeah, fun and whimsical, right? Among this cast is Ragatha, the embodiment of forced optimism. From the very first episode, she stands out. She's energetic, helpful, the kind of character who tries to make the best of a horrifying situation. When Povni, the newest member of the circus, first arrives, Ragatha is the one who steps up to guide her. She's warm and welcoming, clearly trying to make Povni's transition less traumatic. It's easy to admire Ragatha for that, but if you look closely, there's something more fragile beneath the surface. The OB persona, it's a mask, and the cracks are starting to show. In the most recent episode, spoilers, we get our first real glimpse into who these characters used to be, a flash of their lives before being digitized. For Ragatha, she's always been this way, to smile no matter what. Her positivity isn't just situational, it's deeply ingrained, but that's where things get interesting.
You're the one who said it's fine to be a jerk sometimes!
Enter Jax, rude, sarcastic, unpredictable, and somehow more emotionally functional than Ragatha in certain situations. At first glance, Jax seems like pure chaos. He mocks everyone, constantly tests boundaries, and seems to thrive in this twisted circus. But when Povni begins spiraling, it's not Ragatha's warmth that grounds her.
Looks like that oh-so-positive Ragatha charm is starting to wear off, huh?
It's Jax's raw honesty. His negativity may be cruel, but it's real. Povni doesn't need sugarcoating, she needs the truth. And that's the core of Ragatha's struggle. For so long, she's believed that positivity is the key to surviving here, that if she just smiles through the pain, she can keep herself and others stable. But now she's seeing that approach fail. Worse, she's watching someone like Jax, someone she clearly doesn't like, succeed where she's failing. That's a dangerous psychological blow. But when your entire coping mechanism is built on a foundation of optimism, what happens when it isn't enough? Ragatha isn't just stressed, she's emotionally isolated. Despite her good intentions, she doesn't seem to have any deep bonds with the other circus members. She plays the role of the caregiver, but no one really takes care of her. She's always on, always smiling, always supportive. And that's the problem. In a world where emotional pressure builds endlessly with no escape, suppressing your feelings becomes a ticking time bomb. Unlike Jax, who vents constantly, even if obnoxiously, Ragatha keeps everything bottled up. She rarely lashes out. She just tries to stay cheerful. Ragatha's mental health is on a razor's edge. She's doing all the right things on the outside, but internally she's cracking. Watching Povni bond with Jax, watching her own efforts fall short, it all chips away at her confidence. It shakes her identity, and worst of all, it leaves her feeling useless. That feeling, being unneeded, might be what finally pushes her over the edge. In the digital circus, trauma is constant. Reality is broken. Time doesn't matter. There is no end in sight. No goal, no escape. In this environment, toxic positivity isn't just unhelpful, it's dangerous. It disconnects you from reality. It prevents real emotion processing. And for someone like Ragatha, who's deeply committed to being the strong one, the long-term effect could be devastating. If she can be vulnerable, can't allow herself to feel, then she's not adapting, she's suppressing. And suppression doesn't work here. It leads to collapse. It leads to abstraction. So, is Ragatha doomed? Maybe not yet. But she's certainly walking a fragile line. Her survival depends on whether she can break the habit of being the perfect support and start being honest with others and with herself. Characters like Jax might be cruel, but they found a way to survive by embracing their flaws and frustrations.
You threw me out of a moving truck.
Ragatha, on the other hand, is still pretending she's okay, but the truth she's not. And if she doesn't figure that out soon, she might be the next one to glitch out. And the cruelest twist of all, no one might notice until it's too late, because she's always the one trying to help others. So she must be okay, right?